Welcome to the Hold My Cape podcast, the movie news and review show.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Hold My Cape podcast. I always freeze there for no reason. The show where we talk movie news and reviews. I'm your host, or one of them, Fish. You can call me Adam.
Yep, and you've been dumped with me again. It's me, Liam Mook.
Yep, you've been up
Back
to
again.
I've been up to Mook this week.
That was terrible. Yeah, this week, a bit of an interesting week. So, as our listeners will know, last week we were talking about Star Wars.
Yeah.
And we went through the sequels even, what am I on about? Prequels, sorry, not to say confused. And I was inspired by our talk last week on the podcast. So what I did was I decided to go home and I spent the week, I was painting the walls, and then after painting the walls I got some stencils. Do you know the live, love, laugh quotes? But with Jar Jar Binks' famous quotes. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah, so did that this week. So I've now got Jar Jar Binks' famous quotes all across my walls.
Got any examples?
Off the top of my head, when you do it so much, it sort of molds into one. But a lot of like Annie and stuff like that. It doesn't have the same effect though, because obviously it's written word and not speech, so it's a bit of a letdown. But yeah, I spent my week doing that.
Yeah. You may have noticed sound quality improvement massively. So basically, we're both wearing headsets rather than sharing a single condenser microphone. So if you hear any noises like this, it's because I've got a can of Monster here with me. And if you hear any of this, that's because I've got some fizzy worms. So there's been a few trailers out this week. By a few, I mean 3 of note. I mean, there's probably been more.
Yeah, I can't think of any more, but
so
these are the big 3.
We'll go through them in this order. Black Widow has had a second trailer. Guns Akimbo, starring Harry Potter, has had apparently 2 trailers. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I've seen a trailer that's different from the one we've just seen.
Yeah.
But first I've heard of this film.
Yeah, same.
So...
I've never heard of it before either. I mean, I don't really watch.
No, same.
Daniel Radcliffe.
But you'd think that's our sort of film, innit? You'd think you'd heard about it.
And Morbius had his famous trailer this week as well. So we'll start with Black Widow because I'm not a massive Black Widow fan. I didn't pull much from this trailer.
Yeah, true.
It shows more.
It does show more, and it looks exciting. It's a film now. I know it's been a bit of a fan favourite. They've wanted Black Widow for a while to have her
I
own.
want a Hawkeye film.
Yeah.
With his luscious locks.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess as well after spoiler warning, but after the events of Endgame, having a Black Widow film follow that does seem a bit of a weird move.
It seems like they've kind of gone, we really actually should have done this.
Yeah, but it looks good. I think it looks good.
It does look good, to be fair.
I mean this trailer, it didn't.
With the villain.
Yeah, it didn't have too much more, I don't think, than the last trailer did.
You got to see more of Taskmaster.
Taskmaster. That was my favourite bit of the trailer.
Yeah, just with the dive up, and they're both identical, pretty much. I like that. Do you think? I mean, his full costume.
Yeah.
Do you think for some things like that, they've just got the same actress or stunt double to do that flip, that little kick up?
Oh, right, I see what you mean.
Because I know how to overlap layers of film.
Yeah.
Digital film. So I could put me next to me. So do you think they've just done that and just timed it together, or do you reckon that is just another actor?
They could have done, because as well his costume is dark enough.
In the film, obviously it's a completely different costume and you can't see the face.
Yeah.
I reckon in the film they're going to jump up, they're going to cut immediately to her face so you wouldn't tell.
Yeah, could be.
Cut to her going, or cut to something, before they start fighting.
But it's interesting as well because you've got. I mean, he's a fan favourite villain, Taskmaster. I mean, he's in the comics and it is an interesting character.
Yeah.
Hard one to beat. But he has got a shield normally in the comics, but I thought it was interesting the shield fling in the trailer.
Yeah,
makes you wonder.
He deflected bullets and he looked like Captain America when he did that, and then when he flung the shield.
That was very.
Do you think
Captain America?
I think it'd be quite cool if she kind of thinks, "Oh, is this Steve?"
Yeah, I thought that. I was thinking, who's she fighting?
So we see some more of.
But also, what I was meaning was, does it mean that he's had a run-in with Steve at some point?
No, well, he's gonna have to.
To
Unless
copy
he's
his
just seen videos on YouTube.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Or Pornhub. He has got American style.
He would learn some moves.
Hashtag Steve Rogers.
What about the other characters though? I've forgotten the guy's name, but the Russian
Red Guardian.
Red Guardian, is it?
It's called. I'm intrigued. I feel like when in that bit in the trailer, I'll see if I can find it. I'll make sure it's muted, so we don't get no copyright infringement.
Yeah.
There was a bit in the trailer that I didn't really like when he punches somebody, or somebody punches him, and he
grabs the arm
grabs the arm.
breaks it. Yeah.
That bit there. Alright, watch how light and flimsy this looks. It doesn't look powerful at all. See that first initial where he brings his hand up? It just looks very very choreographed. And obviously I know that it is choreographed. But obviously when I can't remember the actor's name off the top of my head. But I've only seen him in Stranger Things and the trailers for Hellboy.
Yeah, that's true.
I've not actually seen Hellboy yet. It's on Netflix, I'll get around with it. Apparently it's not very good. But he's not there's not much like fast hand-to-hand combat. It's all scruffy.
But I mean, I guess he is meant to be like. It looks like he's a retired old.
Yeah, I know.
Past his best, didn't he?
But then he immediately, really quickly, flings that guy across the room. Watch. Oh, God.
Yeah, true.
So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
true.
it's just that initial grapple. It's like they've took a lot of time. They keep missing his hand or something, and then they've had to slow it down just for the sake of getting it actually done. That's that cut. But that's clearly just nitpicking.
Yeah, true. One thing I
don't
thought
know
about
who
this
that
trailer.
one is.
Yeah.
No fucking clue.
One thing I thought about this trailer though is that I think is different from the last trailer. Like I watched the last trailer, and I thought, all well and good, like looks interesting. Well, watch this trailer, and at the end I thought, Black Widow's the character I'm least interested to know about in this film now.
Really?
Because like these characters look interesting. Like even the other women that are in this trailer, they have more to do in this trailer than the last trailer. I think.
Oh yeah. Everyone does.
Yeah, but it makes you wonder
Black Widow.
what's the dynamic. Like, are they hiding stuff? Are they what they're meant to be? Like, there's a scene in that trailer where they're sat around a table having dinner, and the guy says, "Family's back together." Yeah, and then like they just look a bit tense.
It's just my water weight. I don't know why I went Jason. I went Jason Statham out of the Russian. It's just my water weight. Oh, I can't do it. But yeah, he says it's just my water. It's mainly water weight, or it's just my water weight.
Just my water weight, I think. Yeah. But yeah, it just makes you think the dynamics. I mean, obviously Black Widow's the key to it all. But yeah, I think it's going to be interesting.
See, when I'm at this time we watched it, and last time obviously I know who Black Widow is, so I kind of want to see more of her. And I'm going to mute the microphone while I burp. But this woman, I can't remember her name, but she's in a lot of stuff, and there's the younger lass. I'm slightly more interested in the younger lass because she's the one that she's like, oh, sister, Black Widow, where have you been all my life? No,
so become Watto from Star Wars.
No. Your Jedi mind tricks do not work on my kind.
They also don't work on Russians as well.
So I'm more interested in her because of the family dynamic, but this one.
Yeah, true.
It's not even like she's been been introduced. It's like she's just there.
Yeah.
But then I am intrigued to see Russian Captain America.
The thing I think is interesting as well.
Taskmaster, I'm most interested in out of all of them.
Is I've just remembered we didn't cover it in the last podcast, and we've forgotten to cover it again in this podcast. But that perhaps tells you how good it is. The Harley Quinn trailer.
Yeah.
Compared to this, I am a lot more excited for Black Widow than Harley Quinn, and I don't know. And I know it's not an exact copy, like for like, but when you consider the both the two big franchises and the female-led movies, Black Widows just looks so much better from the trailer than Birds of Prey, in my opinion.
I like that Marvel doesn't rely on name cards.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, anything else? Otherwise we'll end up talking about it forever.
No, but a well put together trailer. I just hope as well that
I feel like it's better because it shows more, but still doesn't give away much plot details,
Yeah,
and it's shorter.
like that's what I mean with trailers. I mean, Marvel generally, apart from the Spider-Man films, I think aren't too bad for trailers.
Yeah, Sony promote them, they just show everything.
They show everything, but I hate trailers that show everything. And this, there's so much that you don't know, so I think it keeps you. I like it.
We're going to take our minds off
Black Widow.
off the Marvel franchises for a bit, and we're going to cut to.
Oh,
Shit!
There's one thing to say you can't.
Oh no! I forgot to bloody
mute the film.
mute the film. That'll do with them two guys.
Do you think we should just quickly try and describe what's happening in this film before we tell them the trailer?
Yeah. So before we tell you the name of the trailer, well, actually we've already told them.
Yeah, we have.
Well, basically, from what I can tell is there's this company called
Schism.
or this organisation called Schism that does somewhat terrorist attack kind of things and kidnaps people.
It seems like a mix of like a
forces them to do
Hunger
it.
Games Purge type thing to me.
Yeah, and basically Daniel Radcliffe's character, let's just call him Guns. Fucking, I can't remember his name.
No, I don't either.
Gets beat up, kidnapped, and when the way you described it to me before I watched the trailer was, I thought he was going to get them sellotaped to his hands or something, but no, he gets them bolted to his hands, which is quite minging.
Yeah. It looks like
he's
an
got
R-rated
two
film. This.
pistols bolted to his hands, and he can't take them off, and he has to do. Going off this trailer alone, not what you told me about when he used to find somebody. But going off this trailer alone, he has to kill someone, or his girlfriend dies and he dies. Oh yeah, and Schism's got his girlfriend.
I mean, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot going on.
I'm getting vibes off an old Jesse Eisenberg film where he plays a sleeper agent. Oh, what's it called? It's got Kirsten Stewart in it, actually, from Twilight.
Oh, right, okay.
I can't remember what it's called. But that looked very good. Like, action and that in the trailers looked really good for it. And then when you watch the film, it's a lot jumpier than in the trailer.
Oh,
I
okay.
imagine this might do that, because...
See, do you know when I watched this? When I watched this trailer the first time, it reminded me of a couple of things. Like, it reminded me a bit of like Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
American Ultra.
Oh, American Ultra. I've not seen that film.
I'll show you a picture of the...
Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, I see what you mean about the
Basically,
vibes.
he's like a sleeper agent and he can't... But he doesn't know he's a sleeper agent, and she's actually his agent to look after him. But they end up being in
Oh, I
love,
see.
but then when he finds out, it's like, oh my god, you're actually... But it was a good film, but like the action was like... just cut weird. Like there's a bit where he throws a pan... In the trailer, he throws a pan up in the air, see a guy shoot... No, you see a guy go to shoot, Jesse Eisenberg throws a pan up in the air, he shoots, the bullet hits the pan, hits the guy who shot the bullet. But it's just so much to move in the trailer. It's weird. It's like they're punching. Have you seen the latest Jason Bourne film?
No.
Well, in the trailer, there's a scene where he walks up to a guy and just decks him. Right, and it's literally on him all the time. He decks this guy, and it cuts to cuts to the next part of the trailer. But in the film, it's like goes to punch him, cuts somewhere else, punches him, and it's all shaky cam. It's fucking awful.
I
I
see.
hate those films.
Yeah.
Carry on.
The other, so it reminded me a little bit of Scott Pilgrim versus the World. If you've seen that film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that sort of vibe, but also the action. For me, like it seemed to have a lot of colour. There seemed to be a lot of colour in the action. It reminded me a bit of if you've seen Kingsman, the Secret Service.
Yeah.
You know, like when the heads explode, it's all like mushroom clouds and it's like colourful and stuff.
Yeah.
It had that sort of vibe for me a bit.
Who's directing this?
I haven't a clue.
Should we have a skeg?
Also, as well, I don't know if you've seen the TV series on Netflix called Happy,
I haven't.
but it reminded me a bit of that in terms of the violence level, because Happy is it's violent but colourful. So
Jason Lee Howden. He has directed. He did the visual effects on The Avengers, War of the Planet of the Apes,
Oh, wow.
Wolverine. He's directed this, Deathgasm. I've never heard of that. The Light Harvester, fail.
We're getting into the unknowns now.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a high budget film as well.
This is only his fifth directorial film.
Yeah, I mean, I was just shared this trailer by a friend of mine, but I'd never heard about this film before. But I watched the trailer and I thought, actually, this looks really worth a watch. I think.
Yeah.
So I'll be keeping an eye on this one for sure.
Yeah, I'll definitely. I'm not saying I'll be dashing out. This is going off the trailer. This is what I call. It's got Jumanji syndrome for me, right?
Okay.
Before I saw the new or the first The Rock Jumanji film.
Yep.
I was interested and I wanted to see it, but I wasn't bothered about watching other reviews. So I'd quite happily watch reviews of this film.
Oh, okay.
On YouTube before I watch the film.
Yeah, the actual film. Yeah.
Whereas, like, obviously with a Marvel film, I'm not going to watch any reviews for Black Widow or Morbius. Well, maybe Morbius. I might see Rotten Tomato scores.
Yeah.
Give
yourself a bit of pre-warning.
Because, like, the last time twice I didn't listen. No, actually, the last real time I didn't listen to Rotten Tomato scores was a fantastic, and then what a waste of money that was. It does look mental. It looks funny as well.
I don't know how to help with that yet.
I didn't ask you a damn thing. Yeah, it does look mental. In a good way.
Yeah, it does.
It looks funny as well. I like the bit where the guys listen to the music in the office and he's getting shot at.
Yeah.
Very reminiscent of the library Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah. True. I mean, I think it's been done a lot of times, that sort of thing, hasn't it? But,
it is. Is it cliche? Is that what it is?
Yeah, cliche. Yeah.
Cliche mixed up with the other one.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, it's cliche. Yeah, but yeah, that's what I mean. It's a mix in it because you can tell. I mean, how it reminds me of Happy, the TV show Happy. I mean, I know you've not seen it, but Happy is like, it's very violent and it's like an 18 or an R-rated sort of TV show. Like, there's some grim stuff that happens in it, but they've got like the weird sort of humour level and stuff that's similar to this. Like in this trailer, there's a lot of shooting. I mean, as you say, the guns are bolted to his hands, so his hands look bloody the entire time. However,
60 bullets in each gun as well.
Oh wait, well.
I saw that. There's like a little 60 on his.
Really?
Yeah. So unless he can somehow reload them, what does he do once he's? Because there's one scene where he's running and just like.
Yeah. Like, who knows? But like, it's also got funny scenes because even in this trailer, like, you've got the whole thing of he can't open a car door with his hand.
He can't shut the car door, and then when he does,
he can't put trousers on him. One of the bits I saw. The first thing he does is like, right, in the trailer I saw, he's like, right, I'm gonna go out and do this, and then as soon as he opens the door to try and get out, he can't open the door. He's like fiddling around for ages to open the door.
Yeah, because he shuts the car door in this trailer, doesn't he? And he's like, of course, there isn't a key in the ignition.
Yeah.
Even if there was, he can't turn the key in the ignition. But like, I like films that look like this. See how in the trailer we're on 106 just paused. It's just two policemen holding guns up, but it's like it looks like real. I know it sounds weird, but it looks like real life.
Yeah.
Like when you see a Marvel film, it's got that grey.
Yeah, the sort of
like overtone,
filters,
like a grey filter. Like it's got a grey filter to it. Maybe not so much the later ones, but like Winter Soldier.
Yeah, definitely.
Until like Guardians of the Galaxy had this really awful grey, where the blacks were more grey rather than black. With this, like the colours pop.
Yeah.
It looks like the outside in broad daylight, and they haven't turned the warmth up. They've actually shot it. You know what I mean? It's shot with a nice colour palette, is what I'm trying to say. I like that. Michael Bay does that well.
And Daniel Radcliffe, very far away from Harry Potter.
It is.
He's grown up a lot.
I'd like to see a Harry Potter reference. Maybe he'd like have a really bad person on the floor. He's about to kill him and he goes, "Expecto Patronum, motherfucker."
The other thing as well is, I've not seen this film. You might have, but I've not seen Swiss Army Man.
I haven't seen Swiss Army Man.
But from the trailer, I get the feeling he's into those sort of vibes now, where it's maybe a bit more like it's a darker theme, or it's perhaps more violent, or more horror based, or more action based. But it's got the funny vibes.
Oh look, this is actually official trailer too. Look.
Yeah. not the first one, but yeah. So I don't know if that's like his vibe now, but I mean, Swiss Army Man is a film that I really want to get round to watching. And yeah, as I say, like I'd be interested to keep an eye on this one, see how it turns out.
Same. I'd quite happily go to see this. Up next,
The big one.
Morbius. I would just leave it on a picture of Jared Leto with his top off. I'm gonna mute that. So, I've got more to say about Morbius because I understand the character a bit more than the other two.
Yeah.
So basically, this is Sony's solo film for Morbius, who is an anti-villain or anti-hero. I'd rather say anti-villain because I've always seen him as a villain.
Yeah, I've always seen him as a villain as well.
Rather than any type of hero. Like, my introduction to Morbius was in the 1994 Spider-Man. No. That one. Where the guns got replaced. It got turned into laser guns because of gun violence. And Spider-Man never punches anybody.
Oh wow.
That? He only ever kicks people or webs them.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I've only ever seen him in that.
Yeah, for me as well. Like,
did I do that comic that Spider-Man Coming Home or whatever it's called? Spider-Man. It's a hardbook comic that I've got where he has to fight a vampire. I don't think it's Morbius. That's a fucking good comic. That. I went over there. I think it's fucking great.
yeah, but for me, same. Like, I think my first knowledge of Morbius was either from like when he was in some comics or even the Spider-Man cartoon shows that used to be on. But he was always a Spider-Man villain.
He was always a villain, yeah.
Like, I've heard him mentioned as an anti-hero a few times, but
it doesn't surprise me.
yeah,
But I've only it's like Venom.
yeah,
I've only ever seen it. I know a lot more about Venom, but I know he's been a hero, but I've only ever seen him as a.
and not only that as well, but not even a key Spider-Man villain as such. He's more like B tier.
What, Morbius?
Morbius, I think.
Apparently he's massively popular though.
Really?
He was brought out. I watched a video about it. He was brought out to be Marvel's, to be like a Dracula character, even though Marvel already had a character called Dracula.
Yeah, exactly.
But he doesn't suck blood like a vampire does. Or at least he didn't in the cartoons. He had like weird suction cups and he used to like drain them.
Yeah, because he's not a traditional vampire in the sense as he's like a scientifically created vampire.
But I don't think you can go out in the light, can he?
No, I think he's got a lot of the same tropes, but because the story of Morbius, for those that don't know, is like he's a scientist, Michael Morbius, and he's Dr. Michael Morbius, and he's dying from some blood condition, I think, and so he does some experiments on himself, and he's doing everything he can to try and cure himself, and I think he does something with bat blood.
Runs out of options, doesn't he? So he does something dodgy.
So he does this thing to make him survive, and it does make him survive. It makes him not only survive but be in a lot better shape than what he was. But obviously the downside of that is he's basically become a vampire. So I think he's got super strength, super speed. It seems like he's got echolocation in this trailer, in fact.
Yeah.
But he's also got some
like
downsides.
He can fly.
Yeah, I feel like he can, but I'm not sure about that.
I'm pretty sure he flew in the cartoon.
Yeah.
Which was very close to the comics.
I think he flew, but I'm not sure if he does.
He didn't find this. I liked the animation, the graphics animation, VFX, for when he was jumping around.
Yeah, that's true. That's quite good.
X-Men 2 Nightcrawler. Oh.
Yeah, it is. And the echolocation was quite cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about the trailer specifically.
We see Spider-Man.
We see Spider-Man, the poster.
You've got a good point about him being the old Sam Raimi Spider-Man because they own that Spider-Man.
Yeah, they own all the rights and content to it.
So therefore they can use that Spider-Man. But as a pitch, they could. I think legally they can actually have Tobey Maguire walk on the screen and be like, "I am Peter Parker, Spider-Man," and walk off.
Probably could, yeah.
Imagine if that was there. The Sony logo comes up and then Tobey Maguire goes, "Hi, I'm Peter Parker, Spider-Man," and walks off the other end.
Well, I don't know if you want to talk about this now or if you want to still talk about the trailer a bit more, but obviously this trailer does connect a lot into the wider MCU.
Yeah, it's got Vulture in it, hasn't it?
Vulture appears at the end, so it brings a lot of questions, because I had a friend who had a question that is not answered in the trailer, and I can see it being answered both ways, but he said, this is, since Morbius is now in the MCU, and the Blade films aren't in the MCU, this is the first introduction of vampires in the MCU. So, will they make it...
He was obviously a villain of Blade. Because Blade's a vampire hunter.
Yeah, but I don't know if Morbius is... He probably was a villain of Blade. I'm not sure too much about their links. But
yeah, I'm sure in the cartoon Blade, because a lot of Marvel characters cameoed in the Spider-Man series.
Probably actually.
Daredevil to Blade.
But the question is,
Ghost Rider.
He asked me, will it be R-rated? Because...
No.
But that's the thing, though, because...
You're going to see blood squibs. And I think the most blood you're going to see is it running down his face when he bites somebody. If he bites somebody.
Right. Because even in that trailer,
gunshot wounds.
They've got a lot of horror elements, and they've got a lot of, like, people screaming, chasing, screens going dark.
Like, horror films are like 15, which is an R in America, which baffles me. But like the 15, way back when I was a kid, horror films used to be 18.
Yeah.
Basically. And now they seem to be like 15. Over in America, they do it differently. They have a hard R, which is like Deadpool's a hard R. But over here, that's only a 15. Which is mad because there's a many F-bomb in that, and there's a lot of blood and violence. Like people get decapitated and shit. Like
because this trailer though, like the theme of this trailer is dark.
It's horror, yeah.
Like it's different from any MCU trailer, and obviously it's not directly MCU.
Yeah, it is a Sony film, so there's probably going to be so many trailers for this. I'm going to try and stick to maybe one more.
I'd like to say though, to give credit to Sony, they are notorious for ruining films in their trailers. But this didn't ruin the film, I don't think.
It isn't. But is that because we know who Spider-Man is, so when the Amazing Spider-Man 2 come out, we were like, I don't know exactly what's going on here. I don't know who Morbius is.
True.
That could have completely ruined the film for a hardcore Morbius fan. Because it shows you him getting his powers, it shows you with his powers, it shows you killing people, it shows you in places that might stand out to people who, I don't know.
Well, speaking of the trailer, there's another thing that raises a question for me, and it's Matt Smith's character. He's in the trailer incredibly briefly.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think it's... I might be wrong, but I'm not sure it's fully confirmed who he's playing. But I'm wondering if there might be a surprise there.
Real quick, see what we get. I probably won't recognise the name.
Yeah, true.
I've heard rumours though.
I've heard rumours that he's the sort of Van Helsing type, like he's going to be the main sort of antagonist.
I've heard rumours that he is the Carnage to Morbius' Venom. So let's say Morbius was Venom, he's like the Carnage. Like he's the ultra bad guy. So,
but what I'm thinking is,
spoiler in itself, innit?
Yeah.
I've just seen here on the top build casting, third one in, J.K. Simmons as JJ, which is cool. J. Jonah Jameson is going to be in Morbius.
So that's another tie into MCU.
Loxias Crown.
Not a clue.
Hey Google, who is Loxias Crown?
Sorry, I don't have general information about
Google
Loxias
doesn't even know
Crown.
who Loxias Crown is.
But what I'm thinking is...
Michael Keaton doesn't have a character name on IMDb.
Right, fair enough. What I'm thinking is, he's a fairly big actor, Matt Smith, and the fact that he's had so little time in the trailer makes me wonder, has he some surprise? Is there going to be some twist with him?
Is he big because of Doctor Who? Because I didn't see anything about him until I saw Doctor Who.
Well, that was his big break in TV show, I think, but obviously since then he's been in Terminator and some other stuff, hasn't he?
Yeah. We're just trying to find a shot of Tyrese Gibson. There he is. Fucking, damn it, Matt Smith, actually.
He looks a bit suspicious in that scene.
Damn it.
He's got the classic Matt Smith Doctor hair as well.
So this is the scene of Tyrese Gibson's Simon Stroud stood next to that guy with glasses on. Hang on. I've watched a few videos and they've all kind of gone, oh look, it's Tyrese Gibson and whatever this actor's name is, and they're It looks like he's a policeman with whatever, blah blah blah. And none of them. And I've watched like 2, maybe 3 or 4 videos on this. So I'm sure I watched the Mr. Sunday Movies video. I not have. None of them mentioned his what's going on with his arm. No one mentioned it.
Oh yeah, it looks like he's been bitten or something.
Has he had a run-in with Morbius before this, and it's done something to his arm? He's had to have this on.
Yeah, could be, or another vampire.
Or maybe Matt Smith's character, maybe.
Oh, Matt's yeah.
Because I did hear like him and Morbius might team up to fight.
Yeah, he looks like he's got a bit more in him than just being.
Because Tyrese Gibson, as much as he isn't a massive actor, he's still a pretty big actor. You wouldn't cast him as like
a generic cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like.
So here's some questions then that Morbius brings up.
Fast and Furious films.
So here's a couple of questions that Morbius brings up then. So with the big twist being the Vulture appearing at the end and looking like this film now is a lot bigger tie into the MCU than anyone expected it to be. Where does this place other stuff then? So for example, is Venom now, does it make, because Morbius is now more strongly linked to the MCU, does it mean Venom's more strongly linked to the MCU?
I don't know. I'd like to see, this is what I'd like to see. I think it's setting up the Sinister Six. So we've got Morbius, I don't know if he's a member of the Sinister Six or not.
Yeah, true.
But he is a villain, and the Sinister Six has had that many different iterations that it could just be like, it is a new one. Vulture is a member of the Sinister Six. Doesn't like Spider-Man, but only didn't kill him because he saved his daughter or something. I can't remember.
But it could easily change.
But yeah, but he didn't kill. Oh no, he didn't kill him because he saved his life. Or he didn't tell somebody else who he was because he saved his life.
He didn't tell his daughter, maybe.
And you see Scorpion at the end of Homecoming as well.
You do.
So Morbius, them two, that's 3.
Venom.
And I was going to say I don't think Venom's going to be in the Sinister Six.
Okay.
I think
Mysterio.
He's dead.
Is he?
Well,
there's the whole question of did he escape?
He's dead.
They could put him back in though.
They could easily revite him in, but I think he's dead.
Okay.
I'd like him not to be dead because Jake Gyllenhaal is, well, he's Jake Gyllenhaal, isn't he? Like, but I think they're going to set up Sinister Six, and it's going to be that far down the line that hopefully, or in Sony's mind, hopefully, they'll be able to do a film where Venom and Spider-Man team up to fight the Sinister Six.
Maybe. And well, you've got Venom Carnage just coming out soon. That's in the works or something, isn't it? Venom Carnage.
That's due next year.
Maybe. But so it does make you think though, and also if they've introduced Morbius into the MCU, then is Blade next? Is he going to be on the way?
Exactly.
And not only that, Sinister Six. Like, are we going to see Morbius and other stuff if it's a success? How
he's
much
not going to die, is he?
He's not going to die. No, you'd hope not.
Don't kill the title character. Not nowadays, anyway.
No, true.
Romeo and Juliet. Have you seen how it should have ended Spider-Man 3? When he's like, I'm going to kill you and your girlfriend. He's like, oh, you're going to kill me and my girlfriend. Like, I haven't heard that before. When did they ever kill the title character in a film? And Venom's like, Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet. And he's like, I told you, nothing. Something. But yeah. Though, if you've seen those trailers, if you've enjoyed them, please let us know. Tell us what you think. Oh.
Prowler.
Prowler?
He's been in Spider-Man.
Who's Prowler? Oh yeah. He's like this is who that guy is supposed to be.
True.
But yeah, if you've seen these trailers, what do you think about them? Comment below, let us know. I'm more intrigued. I'm more intrigued for Morbius. Actually, I feel like I'm more interested overall in Morbius.
Yeah. Although the trailer was weird. It had the countdown at the beginning.
A lot of trailers do that though. I think it's because when you watch a video on YouTube, when a trailer is advert is ever so long, it gets like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Before the skip ad button comes up. So that'll be the 3, 2, 1,
maybe
skip.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like, a lot of trailers do that.
Good music, the piano music. I
smashed that song on. Is it Tiles 3 or something it was called on the mobile.
You can't play much, but what you can play, you do well.
I can play everything, me. Darts. Any PlayStation game. Anyway, moving on to our next topic of the day. Sad news. It really. The man, the myth, the legend, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's father sadly passed away on January the 16th. I like The Rock as an actor.
I do.
And as from interviews and publicly, I follow him on Instagram and stuff. I respect him as a person. I'm missing an atom. I respect him as a person. I feel like he's probably a super sound guy. So yeah, I feel for the guy, and there he is. He put a video of his dad's on it. He put, "I love you. You broke colour barriers, became a ring legend, and trailblazed your way through this world. I was the boy sitting in the seats, watching and adoring you, my hero from afar. The boy you raised to always be proud of our cultures and proud of who and what I am. The boy you raised with the toughest of love, the intense work, the hard hand, the adoring boy who wanted to know only your best qualities, who then grew to become a man, realizing you had other deeply complicated sides that needed to be held and understood. Son to father, man to man. That's when my adoration turned to respect, and my empathy turned to gratitude. Grateful that you gave me life. Grateful you gave me life's invaluable lessons. Dad, I wish I had one more shot to tell you I love you before you crossed over to the other side," and other stuff.
Carries on.
I don't want to read it all.
Yeah, you can. Everyone can find The Rock's Instagram. Let's be honest.
But yeah, like it's just sad, isn't it? Like
it's sad, and I didn't know anything about him before, and I don't know anything about wrestling. But
just going that, he seems like a cool guy.
Yeah, true, and not only that. I mean, clearly he had a big influence on The Rock himself, because the fact that The Rock was a wrestler before he became an actor, and his dad was a wrestler before. And I read somewhere that The Rock's dad actually was his coach at some point in the early part of his career in wrestling. So, yeah, I mean, it's sad news, and obviously, you just got to say respect to him for raising because the thing about The Rock as well, as much as he's a good actor, like you'd like to see him in action roles, like to see him in comedy roles, he seems like a well-rounded guy. Yeah. He seems like a guy you would like. From when I've seen him speak with fans and stuff, and on interviews and stuff, he seems like just such a nice, down-to-earth man.
Yeah,
and you forget that about people.
You could picture meeting him and have, I don't mean bumping into him and having a pint, but you can picture being friends with him and going, "Who should I have a pint? Who should I have a pint in the pub with today?" I'll pint with The Rock.
The Rock, yeah. But you know what I mean?
If you knew The Rock and your question of the day was, "Who should I go to the pub with today?"
Yeah,
it'll be The Rock every time.
The Rock would be up there.
You wouldn't be like, Eminem.
No,
I'd be scared of Eminem. As big and as frightening as The Rock looks like from far away, as soon as he gets close to you and he smiles, you're like, it's fucking.
Yeah, he's got such a nice smile on him as well.
He's just a man, isn't he?
And that's the thing, you forget that, and at the end of the day, he's just a guy as well. But to raise someone like that, obviously he's been a good dad, hasn't he? I mean, he's inspired his son to so much. So.
Not only to raise a man who is talented, but respectful in what he does. He's not one of these ones where he could have raised him an arsehole and he could have got rich and gone, "Fuck you, look at me, I'm a millionaire." But he doesn't. You never see. I'm not saying 50 Cent. I'm not saying 50 Cent's a bad guy, but he's always like, "Look at all my money."
Yeah.
You never see The Rock post. I've never scrolled past and seen a picture of The Rock holding dollar bills.
No, true.
And laying in money or massive chains. Yeah, he wears expensive suits. So fucking what? He's always grateful for things. The only time I see him boasting about something he's done is when he's thanking the fans for the last thing I saw was Jumanji 2 was the highest grossing comedy film of all time or something. Of for the time it's come out or whatever. And it was like basically saying thank you to the fans, to people that have gone out to see it. So he's done a good job to raise a man who is hardworking and respects his job, and he respects the people around him, and he respects the fans for getting him in the situation that he's in.
And I think the thing as well, the biggest thing that perhaps separates The Rock from anyone else is the roles he plays. So obviously, The Rock is known for being a massive man in terms of he is pure muscle, and obviously a lot of the roles he does reflects that, like Fast and Furious, for example. But remember, he's more than happy to have people laugh at him.
Oh yeah,
like
look at Central Intelligence.
Exactly.
One of my favourite Rock films.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart. It's fucking great.
And even the one back in the early days when The Rock first Tooth Fairy, yeah.
Seen that?
That's what I'm saying.
Who are you? I'm the Tooth Fairy. Jumps out the window.
But you know what I mean? He's happy to laugh at himself, and not even that, even on a subtler level. Like in Baywatch, he's still playing a big buff guy, but like the scenes where he's like people laughing at him because he doesn't know stuff, and it's like
he's like, well, it's a good job we were in lifeguard pursuit.
Yeah, but
that's
you think
even that's even illegal for policemen. Well, it's a good job we're not policemen then. Like,
but you know, when you think of other big man actors like Vin Diesel or whatever, and I know Vin Diesel and The Rock have a feud, so perhaps not the best one to pick.
The film,
but you couldn't imagine
directed with him, Mark Wahlberg, and Anthony Mackie in, where they all play bodybuilders.
Right.
And they rob like a really rich guy of all of his money, and he's like this really dumb Christian. And like it's based on a true story. I can't remember what it's called. It's full of Michael Bayness.
Right.
So it's not a great film, but it's a good film. Like, I'd quite happily watch it. It's quite funny. It's like at one point he says, "Oh, I'm so sorry, but God gave me the power to knock you the fuck out and punch somebody." Like, he can be a tough guy. He can be a funny guy. I've seen him in films where he's been a down to earth.
Yeah.
No, I've seen him in a film where he's like a football coach, and that's probably his more acting side. Not like, look at me, I'm the fucking Rock, Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Like, you know, yeah.
Yeah, and I understand some criticism that The Rock gets, because there is some people that criticise him, and they obviously say that.
I'm not saying he's like the best actor in the world.
Yeah.
He's literally a bigger Jason Statham from America, but maybe more polite.
Yeah.
Like he plays himself, or the type of role he plays really well, like Jason Statham does, like Will Smith does. Oh,
but
well,
that's the thing. I mean, me and you, I think we're both on the side that he just seemed like a decent man, and obviously his dad's been a big part of him growing up. Yeah. And I'm not just assuming that. The fact that they both went into wrestling shows that his dad was obviously a big influence on his life. So
yeah, well, like that bit of his Instagram post I read there, it's just inspired by this legend who is now sadly left.
Indeed.
I think I said the other day, like, I think The Rock is like one of the few celebrities that I'd be upset that I didn't get to meet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Stan Lee.
Really Stan Lee.
But I'd love to meet Stan Lee.
Stan Lee would have been awesome to meet.
I mean, I'm a nervous wreck around people I haven't met, so I'd have probably gone, "You alright, mate?" Shook his hand, got an autograph, a picture, and left. But yeah.
But The Rock, yeah, and
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but The Rock, he's got that thing where I feel like he wouldn't make you feel like embarrassed or anything, you know. Like he does seem humble. That's what I mean, and yeah, he just seems like a down to earth guy, and I just like The Rock. Everything went the opposite way from, like, he's had such a life where he shouldn't be a down to earth guy. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like
the life he's had, the career he's had, but
like Terry Crews, like he's like that as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'm Terry Crews.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's another big guy, but he's happy to have people laugh at him as well.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, unreal. Should we move on to something a bit more upbeat? That was not saying that bad about. Obviously, that's a tragic story for another time. No, I'm joking. So you told me that Jar Jar Binks is said to appear in Obi-Wan Kenobi's Disney Plus TV show.
So this is just some.
Is this a fake news article that you read, or is
it's some vague thing I just saw on the on the internet, and there's been not verified at all. But there's a little bit extra to add to that. So yeah, obviously there's a Kenobi film is in the works on Disney Plus.
TV show.
TV show, yeah. And not much is known about the show so far, but it was a rumour that Jar Jar Binks is going to be back. But not only Jar Jar Binks is going to be back, but Jar Jar Binks with a beard. So with a beard. So
I'd like to see Jar Jar back if he was the version of Jar Jar Binks that apparently George Lucas wanted him to be. This evil Sith. Let's say he comes back for like 2 episodes. Not for 2 episodes, but he comes back for a bit. And it turns out he's the main villain of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
But
I'd kind of like to see
wouldn't that change everything with the whole universe
it's
then?
set after episode 3, isn't it?
Yeah, but why wouldn't he have been?
3 is see Padme off for a funeral
Yeah.
and walk behind some senators.
I'm not too bothered about that. I mean, for me, it sounds like fake news because you would say, why would anyone doing any project with Star Wars now risk putting the most hated character in the franchise?
Imagine a film like Logan, but with Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, but then again, it's a good way to finish him off, isn't it? I imagine if he is in it, it will be small, and it will probably be almost a fan service. Like maybe he does get killed off, or maybe like Obi-Wan just dismisses him straight away.
If he's in it, he's got to get killed off, honey, because no one likes him.
Maybe.
Do you know who does like him?
Go on.
Oh shit, I can't say staff people's names. Person from the kitchen likes him.
Right, fair enough.
It's her first time watching all of the Star Wars films, and they're up to the sequel trilogy, and she likes Jar Jar Binks, and she's wrong. But yeah.
Bless him.
If you want to know what we do feel about Monsieur Jar Jar Binks, obviously in our previous episode we talked in depth with the prequels, and we talked about episode 1 quite a bit, don't we?
We do.
Shall we move on?
Yep, let's move on.
Before we get to the Joker, Ezra Miller's The Flash was in The Flash.
Oh, yeah.
No, it wasn't. Oh.
Start again.
Ezra Miller's Flash was in the Crisis on Infinite Earths Arrowverse crossover TV show, which I don't think it was the Flash episode, because they've already done the Flash episode, I think. I think it was the Legends episode, because the first episode was The Flash, the second episode was Supergirl, the third episode, that may be Legends. Oh, the third episode was Batgirl, the Batgirl episode, and the fourth one I'm pretty sure it's Legends, Arrow, something else. Can't remember the other one. But yeah, so the Ezra Miller Flash turned up in the Flash. Oh, fuck's sake! Turned up in this crossover.
He turned up
in front to talk to Barry Allen. Right, hang on. Ezra is, Grant is the other guy, Grant Gustin. So Ezra Miller turned up in this show, talked to Grant Gustin.
Yeah, so the movie Flash met the TV Flash for the first time.
Yeah, have you seen the clip?
I've seen the clip. Yeah, I've seen the clip.
I think it has promise to the fact that that film is getting made.
That's true. I mean, obviously that film's been hit with setback after setback after setback.
Yeah,
but they haven't cancelled it.
Like,
It would be an easy
fan. I say as a DC fan, as a person with ever so slight DC knowledge.
Yeah.
Who mainly a Batman Superman fan and a bit of the Flash and Arrow.
Yeah.
But I've seen an animated film called Flashpoint.
But let me just stop you there. If you want proof that it's easy to do a Flash movie, or not easy, but if you want proof that you can do a Flash movie and you can do a Flash movie well, he's literally just met the TV Flash that has done incredibly well.
It's gone downhill since it started, but it is.
But if the TV Flash can do it,
yeah, they did the Flashpoint badly, but they did the Flashpoint. But
think of the access.
Complaining about the Batman v Superman, how Batman killed people. Literally do Flashpoint.
You could change it
all.
all.
It's such an easy way to reset absolutely everything and tie everything together.
Yeah, if that's what you wanted to do.
They cancelled it, and
could be a good time as well.
Now
because
DC is at this really weird place where some of its films aren't connected and some of them are.
Yes.
And I think it's because I feel like later down the line, 20 years time, 10 years time, when they get to the point of where Endgame status, they're going to be like, multiverse! And all of these different characters are going to have one big film together. That's what I think is going to happen. But I don't know. But anyway, so I think it adds more promise that they are going to do an Ezra Miller's Flash.
Yeah.
Few things you learn about the character. It's the first time he's thought the idea of calling the Flash. Because Grant Gustin's The Flash is like I'm the Flash on this Earth. He's like, the Flash? What do you mean?
Oh,
What
interesting.
do you mean, mate? I'm not called the Flash. I'm fucking me. I don't know. But then
I
he's
didn't
like,
realise that was a thing,
he says
actually.
that, and then there's something else he says as well. But that's pretty cool. So it's the first time he's heard of his name. I think it's weird watching a TV film actor act in front of a TV actor act in front of a film actor. I mean, Ezra Miller might have done some TV stuff, and Grant Gustin might have done some
Movie stuff, but yeah, they are
movie
known.
stuff. When he leaves, and he's on his own, and he's like, what does that mean? He just looks so shit. Like, he just
compared
looks so badly acted.
Even the suits, I mean, in terms of...
Did you know apparently that whole scene could have been completely erased from that episode and you wouldn't have noticed? That's how irrelevant it was.
Yeah.
It's just fan service.
It is very much fan service, but it's not... I don't mind that. Like, they weren't going to get too much.
I don't mind it, but there's done a lot of things in this crossover that I haven't enjoyed. We'll spoil a little... Do you mind if I spoil any
Go
of
for it,
this?
no, yeah, go for it.
The guy who played Superman in Superman Returns,
Brendan Ralph.
Brendan Ralph, is Atom in Legends of Tomorrow, but he also comes into this as he also plays Superman
Yeah.
in this crossover. The Superman that he plays in that one, but it's called the Kingdom Come Superman.
Yeah.
And they do this. This is just an example, but they replace him in the third episode as like a cliffhanger with Lex Luthor from the Supergirl series
Right.
for like no reason.
Okay.
Like, it feels like no reason, but I was watching it and all the way through I was like, oh, this is great. I fucking love this guy. He should still be Superman. He's that good.
Right.
Like, and then he kind of goes, oh, I feel a bit. Does anybody else feel weird?
Right.
He just turns into Lex Luthor.
Same actor, or?
No, different actor.
Oh, he's just like, oh, weird.
So the actor who plays it's the brother from 2.5 Men who plays this.
Oh,
this
okay.
version of Lex Luthor. From what I've seen, he seems like an okay Lex Luthor, but
Bald or with hair?
bald. I can't remember. Bald. He's got like a stubble. Like a
Right, okay.
round.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call it. Like
Yes, yeah.
this bit.
A bit of fluff.
So not like a full grown stubble, but yeah. Anyway, and he kind of like takes it over his body using the book of the magical book that rewrites reality. The book of reality, we'll call it that.
Right.
He replaces himself with that book.
Oh, okay.
And then I've not seen the latest episode of the crossover series, but it's made out that that's it now.
He's gone.
It's gone.
Wow.
And it was shit. And they introduce Kevin, can't remember his second name, the Batman, who was the Batman in the animated series. And
Oh, yes, yeah, yeah.
He comes in acting as Bruce Wayne in like an exoskeleton, kill him off.
Oh, wow. And...
Because it turns out he's a bad guy, he's killed Superman in that universe. And Batgirl kills him by kicking him over.
It's not the best, is it?
He
What about
punches
the...
Supergirl,
yeah.
who in Supergirl universe is stronger than Superman, punches him across the room. Well, she's supposed to be anyway, when you think about the law.
Okay.
She's supposed to be there to protect Clark Kent, but got stuck
Right,
in
okay.
time vortex or some shit. Punches her across the room, and Batgirl kicks him off and he dies.
Amazing. What
It's
about
like
the...
they've literally gone,
What about Wonder Woman? I heard she was in it. The old Wonder Woman. They got her
I
in,
haven't
didn't
seen her yet, if she is.
they?
Or have I? And I've kind of not noticed. But anyway, it's like they've gone, you're not an Arrowverse character. How
We
can
have to
I
get rid of
kill
you somehow.
off and replace you with an Arrowverse character?
Right.
Brendan Ralph's Atom, I don't think he dies. I can't remember. Is still in it, I think.
Hmm.
But he doesn't get killed off and replaced. But Brandon Ralph's Superman does.
A bit annoying.
Yeah. And they killed Arrow off in a Supergirl episode.
Which Arrow?
The Arrow.
The Arrowverse Arrow.
Stephen Amell Arrow, yeah.
Yeah.
The Arrow, but that before the Arrow episode.
So he's coming back.
Weird. It clearly spoils it because he dies, and then in 3 episodes' time, there's the Arrow episode of the crossover.
Yeah, so it's got to come back at some point, hasn't it?
As much as the Arrow crossover, they're still primarily based on
Yeah.
that character.
Like you can watch the
Mainly.
series and it wouldn't have to.
Yeah, you can watch. I only watch Arrow, and I used to watch The Flash, but I might watch it, I might not. But I only watch Arrow, and I've literally just gone from watching Arrow to this episode and this episode and this episode, back to Arrow. And that's how I'm going to watch it. I'm not going to watch all of Supergirl.
Yeah, there's so much to watch. Yeah.
I'm just going to watch them like trail off the track and on back onto it again. But you can kind of tell that it's not based on Arrow, as much as he is clearly in this scenario or set up before he dies. Clearly supposed to be the Tony Stark of this universe.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah. Moving on,
Mm.
The Joker is the most nominated film of the Academy Awards.
Yeah, she is. Well, not only that,
With 11.
it's the most nominated film this year, which is quite impressive in itself.
Yeah.
But it's also the most nominated comic book film ever.
Yep.
Um,
It is a damn good movie.
yeah, 11 nominations.
11 nominations. We're going to go through them. Start from the right side. We're going to open.
I'll get it open. Give me 2 seconds and I can get it open. Bear with me. Yeah, I've got it. Here we go.
Right, so we'll start from the right side.
So, even though you shouldn't really consider awards, the awards technically all of the same value, but obviously,
Yeah, like people like us go best actor. They don't go best sound editing. Anyway, so Nikki Lederman and Kay Georgiou have been nominated for best makeup and hairstyling. What do you think of the makeup and hairstyling? I liked the costume overall. Obviously, that's not costume. That's just makeup.
yeah,
The costume design.
that's true.
There.
Well, costume design is actually one of the other ones. So,
Exactly. He's got good makeup. I like.
he's got good makeup. I mean, obviously, it's the Joker's good makeup. It's hard to know because obviously we don't know who it's running against, and even if we do know who it's running against, we might have not
could
seen
easily look
films.
it up, but I'm not going to.
No, but if we're talking just about the Joker, yeah, I mean, it was good.
I think it means more like if you look at it when he wasn't in the full Joker get-up, and he stood there, walking about with his clothes on. He looks beat down. His hair looks realistic. Might be real hair. It's not. Do we need to sneeze? Hang on. No, it's gone.
Not only that though, it's not only just the Joker characters; it's the character of
Oh, it's
all
everyone
side
else.
characters.
Yeah.
So, like for example, Thomas Wayne, you get the impression he is,
Rich
you know, he looks well kept.
in his face.
Yeah, and the other
His
performers,
physics
they look a bit bedraggled, don't they? They look a bit
Yeah.
so down. Yeah, but the Joker obviously is the key one, and yeah, his makeup is spot on in it. I mean, it's such a big part of the character is the makeup of the Joker and the hair of the Joker, and like you've got so many scenes where there's like the tears rolling down the cheeks and stuff, wasn't there?
Pardon me. You can probably hear that. Sorry.
So obviously, without knowing the other films or something, but yeah, it seems like a likely one. It's
Yeah. Best
deserving
film editing. Jeff Groff. Probably Groff.
probably gross, isn't it? Yeah.
I think it was edited really well. Like it was the type of editing where you know exactly what's going on. But by the end, you're like, did that happen, or was that like, is that a twist that I didn't see coming? Again, we don't know who's going up against, but I'd say it's got good film editing. It's definitely got better film editing than, for example, on Six Underground, Michael Bay film.
Oh, okay. Right. What weird films to compare it to?
Best sound editing, Alan Robert Murray. Yeah. You can
Yeah.
hear people clearly. I don't know how they based these awards, but good going, Alan Robert Murray, getting this film nominated for best sound editing.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm trying to think back to the film because I've only actually seen it the once when it came out, but yeah, I don't think that's one to fault, is it?
No.
Yeah. These are
Like,
ones for the
it
express.
sounds like the city's alive.
Yeah, it's.
And the music's good.
I never had a problem with the sound. It all fitted well, I think, to work
Yeah.
with the film.
Best costume design for Mark Bridges. We just said that the Joker costume is good. It's not the traditional Joker costume,
No.
but
Well, it
it's a
works.
good spin and it works, as you say. Yeah. It's good enough to get Joaquin Phoenix to act in it.
Right.
Because there was the whole like, he didn't want to do, a comic book film, but he wanted to do this because it's so far from being a comic book film. So.
Oh, right, interesting. Right.
Everyone looks like they live in Gotham. Like the people that we meet look like they live in a shit place.
Yeah, and obviously it's like...
Even from people that you speak to as side characters to random people walking past it.
And obviously it's a film that's like... It doesn't seem modern day, does it? It's not modern day, so I feel like the costumes
represent the period it's set in very well.
Yeah, the grimy sort of...
Best sound mixing? Todd A. Matland and Dean A. Zucap. ...
Again, I'm no expert, but
Same.
Again, didn't have a problem with the sound.
Best cinematography. This is something I can somewhat talk about.
Best
cinematography, Lawrence Sher.
What do you think?
It's good, isn't it? Like.
Thanks for your insight there.
My knowledge of cinematography is like when you see like a wide shot of like a city. It always looks nice. It always looks like Gotham in the 1990s or whatever it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
80s? 70s? I know who will know the answer to this question. Hey Google, in what time period was the Joker set?
On the website innews.co.uk, they say, 9-year-old Dante Pereira Olsen will play a young Bruce Wayne. The film is set years before the Caped Crusader protects Gotham from crooks, and Brett Cullen will play his father, Thomas. To find out more, look for the link in your Google Home or Google Assistant app.
That's what I think, that Google. It didn't help me at all.
Thanks for that, Google.
For fuck's sake. Oh, so it's set before Batman, and when Batman's 9 years old, and his father is still alive. Not a clue.
But you tell me what year that is, yeah.
But yeah, like wide shots of the city looks.
And talking actually about cinematography and sound, the famous scene of Joker of him dancing down the stairs, cinematography and sound, spot on, innit? Iconic scene that.
Yeah, as a person who takes pictures of toys.
That's a yeah. Perfect setting.
Best adapted screenplay, Todd Phillips and Scott Silver. That's the director, isn't it, Todd Phillips?
Is it?
I think so. Has he got best director?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, Todd Phillips. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm guessing the adapted screenplay is the comic books.
No, because there's comic book films that are nominated that aren't. No, wait, there's films that are nominated that aren't comic book films.
No, but obviously it can be adapted.
Best adapted screenplay.
Yeah, but what's it adapted from?
The script, I guess. Is it whatever's stuck to the script best, maybe? I don't know.
I think it's just like, I always thought it was something that's like, they've taken a book and they've made it into a film, and in this case they've taken like the comic books and made it into a film.
Maybe.
But who knows?
What if I press on it, what would that tell me? The award for Best Adapted Screenplay is one of the Academy Awards, also known as the Oscars. Thank you. They are overwhelmingly considered by both entertainment industry insiders as well as movie-going public by the most prestigious. That doesn't tell me
Yeah, it's not
what
really
it's actually for.
But anyway, we're on to the big four now.
Hang on.
Oh.
Other films that are nominated for this: Jojo Rabbit, Little Woman, Irishman, The Two Popes, Joker twice actually. Oh, because it's two people.
I mean, again, Little Woman's adapted from a book. Jojo Rabbit was adapted from a book, so I feel like it might be.
Yeah. So the big four.
Big four.
Best director, Todd Phillips. Yeah, it's directed well. You can clearly see the vision behind it. He directs his actors well. They all do good.
Yeah, it's just
Could have had words to say.
just an iconic film. I mean, obviously, if you're going to give a film Best Picture and stuff like that, Best Director you'd think would be a directing match as well, wouldn't it? Because if you're going to have the Best Film award, but then your director's not even considered. But then again, yeah, I mean, it was a film that
what else is
could have gone so badly wrong and turned out being
yeah, a lot of people were like, why is this going to be a thing?
You know, under the DC flagship as well.
I don't want this to win.
Okay.
Best director, because I think from what I've heard, I've not seen it, but 1917
Okay.
sounds like a much more difficult and what's the word I'm looking for? Just like a more difficult film to direct because it's all apparently shot to look like one shot.
Right. Okay.
Did you know that?
I heard
Like
something about that. Yeah.
Daredevil scene in the corridor.
Yeah. Yeah.
One continuous. How that's directed, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's to make a full film like that. I think that's a lot more difficult. But there's obviously people vote for it. It's not just us going, oh yeah, well I think.
Us with our
Other ones directed, nominated for that.
and not only that, if it's done better, like you could do all in one shot, but it could be awful. I'm not saying 1917 is awful, but
I could film one.
yeah, exactly. It's not going to get nominated for an Oscar.
It'll probably look shit.
Yeah.
But what I mean is to make a 2 hour and a half.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So other films that are nominated for this is obviously The Joker, Parasite.
Parasite. No, I've heard a bit about Parasite, so I don't know too much about it. I've only seen the trailer for it.
Miss Sunday
It's
Movies talked about it in the latest.
It's a Japanese film.
I'm listening to. Really?
Yeah. So it's I believe it's Japanese anyway. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's a Japanese film. I think it's all in Japanese set in Japan, Japanese actors. I think usually like there's always a best sort of foreign film award, but this one's done so well they've put it in the direct ones. And I think Parasite has also been nominated for like best picture, best director, stuff like that. But from what I've heard, it's really good. It's a compelling film, interesting, apparently really worth a watch. So
1917 we just talked about.
yeah, war film.
Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Apparently they're all good films, Quentin Tarantino films. I've only actually seen Pulp Fiction, Django, and Dawn one with Clooney in it, the vampires at the end.
I'm not sure. He's only done
What's it called?
8 films, hasn't he? Because this is his 8th film, I think.
Is it only 8 films?
Yeah, he's done like Django Unchained and stuff as well.
Yeah, Django. I've seen Django, Pulp Fiction, and the one where there's vampires at the end. I tried watching Glorious Bastards, and I was bored shitless. Partly because the version of it I found, because I have it on video. Partly because the version of it I found didn't have subtitles.
Right, and you need them, do you?
And there's a lot of German speaking.
I imagine, yeah.
But yeah, Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, I've seen them.
Yeah, I've seen them too, yeah.
Actually, that means I've seen a lot of Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, there's only 8
films I've seen. Vampires, Kill Bill 1 and 2, Django, I've seen 5.
There's Inglourious Bastards,
Keep forgetting about
Django Unchained. I think there's 2 Django and Django Unchained, aren't there? I think.
No, it's just Django Unchained.
That was it.
Yeah.
You've got Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, I think, is that it?
I haven't seen Reservoir.
Is that a Tarantino
Did
film?
he direct Dog Soldiers? He didn't, did he?
Probably not. I've never heard of that in my life.
Have you not seen it? That's a good film, that. How many
Um,
people end up in a house and they get attacked by werewolves?
oh, right.
It's really good. I
Wow.
definitely recommend watching that. I feel like watching it now. And The Irishman, who part of me feels like that's only been nominated because it's Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, it does seem
I've
to get
heard
like a lot of.
things about that film. The de-aging apparently is not very good. It's 3 hours long and it drags.
Really?
And every time in this episode of The Weekly Planet that I'm listening to at the moment, every time they mention it, Mason just goes, fuck you, Irishman. Because, like, I imagine it's one of them films you watch it, you're like, oh, this is good. You watch it again, you're like, oh my god. I don't know, I'm not seeing it. I'm not interested because it's so long.
Yeah, the length is.
And I'm not a massive gangster, mafia film viewer.
Yeah, no, same.
And he doesn't like Marvel films. The fucking cunt. I'm joking.
Uh,
I'm joking.
I think
Don't stop me!
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's also a really long film, actually. From what I gather.
Yeah, but I imagine it's probably entertaining.
Yeah,
Let's move
maybe.
on.
Steve, one of our colleagues, he's seen it and he found it boring.
What? Oh, The Irishman.
No. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh.
But then one of my other close friends, who was a film student, he loved it. Said one of the best films of the decade. So I've heard different things.
Yeah. I've also heard that The Irishman is really good from people at work. Then reviewers and stuff have said like it's good, but the first hour and a half drags like fuck. It's 3 hours long.
But impressive for the Joker as a technical comic book movie to be in the same league because
It
comic
is.
book movies continually get left out, don't they?
Yeah. Best original music score. I'm going to butcher this name. You can have a go after I've had a go.
Yeah.
Hilde Gunnadotri. Gunnadotri.
Good night,
Hilde.
Hilda.
Well done.
Well done indeed. No, again, music, good in this film. I mean, it worked. It seemed pretty good.
Sorry, it's not going to win.
It's not going to win.
It might win, but it's up against Star Wars. As their
John Williams,
film was, it's got good music in it.
It's got
Can't
good
deny
music.
that.
Yeah, true.
Marriage Story. Randy Newman. I thought he only did Toy Story films. Little Woman.
So he's out of work for 10 years at a time.
Little Woman, 1917.
I mean, I don't think it's going to
John
win all
Williams
11.
is
It's been
always
nominated
there.
for 11 Oscars, but
It's the public that vote on this, isn't it?
no, I don't think so.
I
It's
can vote on
the
IMDb.
Academy, isn't it? There might be
Well,
a
they
public...
nominate them, but we vote, don't we?
No.
Do we not?
Because then it just become which film's been most popular, innit? Which film's been most seen.
I was going to say, because if it's voted by the general public, it's not going to win, is it? Because...
Yeah, I don't think it is.
Star Wars fans are
There might
Star
be
Wars
like a
fans.
public vote that goes towards it, but I don't think it's...
I wonder if maybe it's just
I think it's...
IMDb has vote. You can vote now on IMDb, and maybe it's just
I think
it's just an IMDb poll. I think.
the Academy is based of loads of like directors, actors, and stuff that have won awards before and stuff like this, and it's they deliberate in a room with like they consider all the options and they weigh it up and they vote for what they think the best film is.
I don't know the answer to this question.
If it was a public vote, like me and you watch our fair amount of films, but we haven't seen all of the Best Picture nominations, have we?
I don't know. We've not got that far.
Oh, well, we've not seen all of the Best Music Score. You've not
No,
seen Little
I
Woman,
want to see 1917, and I don't care about Little Woman or Marriage Story.
but it'd be
But-
unfair for you to vote then, wouldn't it?
Hey Google, who votes for the Oscars?
According to Wikipedia.org, actors constitute the largest voting bloc, numbering 1,311 members, 22% of the Academy's composition. Do you want a little more context?
No thanks. Cheers, though, bro.
Okay.
Robert in your rapids.
So I feel like it must be based on past winners.
It's just be the.
I guess it's one of
the
the things.
Academy.
If you win an Oscar, you probably can nominate
Fair enough.
other people. I imagine.
Because obviously Star Wars would win, if that was the case. Moving on, Best Picture. This is the big one.
Yeah, the one everyone wants. isn't it?
Bradley Cooper, Todd Phillips.
Again, it's
I
most of the
liked
same
it.
films as Best Director, isn't it? It's most of the same ones.
I liked it, and looking at this list, it's the only film I've seen.
Yeah.
But there's other films on here that I want to see. I want to see 1917. I want to see Ford v Ferrari. I want to see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Not too bothered about Parasite. I know you said it's supposed to be good, but Japanese. I don't like reading.
It's a. From what I've seen, it's a thriller. It's like a Japanese family have they want to have like a nanny for their kid, but this really poor guy, he's like faking being rich so he can get in, but like he gets discovered and stuff. It's a bit of a thriller sort of thing.
Yeah. Irishman, don't care. Little Woman, don't care. Jojo Rabbit, I kind of want to see. Marriage Story, never heard of it. Apparently Ford v Ferrari is really good. But looking at that list, I think it definitely stands a chance.
I feel like, as I say, I've not
what
seen
I
many
know.
of those films, but I've heard good things about a lot of those films on that list. Like, I feel the competition is quite tight. I mean, I've not seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I have heard mixed reviews, but from the people that say it's good, they're praising it well. Jojo Rabbit, again, I've heard lots of good stuff about that. 1917, heard lots of stuff. Good
You've
stuff
seen
about
Jojo Rabbit.
that. I've seen Jojo Rabbit.
First-hand experience.
Yeah, I don't think it's hard comparing films because they are so different. But
It's weird how Jojo Rabbit's been nominated, and it's like 5 minutes old.
yeah,
And I'd never heard of it until it's come out.
yeah.
And then the Joker's been nominated, and it came out like mid.
Yeah, true.
Um,
Both good films though. I like both of them a lot. But just so different
but I
dynamics.
do also think the Joker doesn't stand as much of a chance as we think it does, because
See, I don't think it
it's
doesn't
a
stand
lot-
much of a chance. And the reason why I don't think it stands much of a chance is not because I think it's a bad film, but one of the big criticisms I hear a lot of the Joker is that it's too similar to
the Taxi Driver.
Taxi Driver, and there's another film I've forgotten.
Two Martin Scorsese films anyway.
Yeah, and they always say that they've just taken those films
And done a
Put a
not
combat
quite
twist
as
on
good
it.
version of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So maybe it was standard much of a chance. I mean,
but it's whether
we've
people
going.
think or not.
I mean, we pretty much have only talked about this because it's a.
But then again, being nominated for 11 Oscars, the most of any
Oh,
film this year,
definitely.
puts it in a good chance, doesn't it?
Last but not least, Best Actor. This is the big one.
Joaquin
This is the one that
Phoenix,
people
yeah.
like. So the nominees are Jonathan Pryce, Two Popes, Adam Driver, Marriage Story, but why not Kylo Ren?
Well, I wonder why.
Antino Banderas for Pain and Glory. That's who's that guy? That sounds familiar.
Puss in Boots. He's the dad in Spy Kids.
Booth. Ian Booth.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker and Leonardo DiCaprio. Imagine him winning.
Hmm?
Imagine Leonardo DiCaprio winning. Again. All this like, Leonardo DiCaprio should have won. Leonardo he wins for a film that he shouldn't have won for. And
Yeah,
imagine
no,
he
he's-
wins this. Apparently, I've not seen that Bear film. The Bear film. Full of people wearing nothing because they're always bare.
I mean, I'm not sure exactly who. I think actually, I may be completely wrong here, so I might be giving out complete fake news. But there was some award recently. I don't know if it's the BAFTAs or whatever. There's an award that comes before the Oscars. The Oscars are like the big one, but there's another big award that comes before the Oscars, and they often say that the winners usually match up. Like they're usually not much different. So the winners of, if let's say the BAFTAs, but it might be wrong. Whoever wins them, they're likely to win at the Oscars. Not always the case, but they often. And I think Joaquin Phoenix won Best Actor there. Leonardo DiCaprio lost out there. So
Yeah. I mean, it's again the only film of them I've seen. I never do really see a lot of Oscar bait films.
no, I've never seen many Oscar nominated films.
Yeah, it's a film I've seen, and maybe you win. If he does win, the second job,
I'm very
he'll
happy
be
for him.
nominated and to win.
Oh, Heath Ledger won, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So that's that. We haven't got a main topic today. We've just got a game instead. Now we're an hour and 15 minutes in, but I can't imagine this taking long. This is just a bit of fun we've
Yeah,
got here.
it's
This
just
is a impossible Marvel quiz from whatculture.com. What Culture is obviously a YouTube channel as well. Oh no!
Oh, we've skipped a question already, so.
Right, here we are.
Here we go.
Chronologically, which MCU film is set in the earliest time period as of August 2019? Well,
Easy one, this
It's-
surely.
it's Iron Man in it. No, it's got to be Captain America. the first
Captain
one,
America.
Because this is set in the 90s.
Yeah, Captain Marvel's set in the past, didn't it? But not as far back.
In Avengers Infinity War.
Do we want to read the answers to people as well? Because I don't know what the answers are.
Oh shit, yeah. Well, that was Iron Man, Captain America, Captain Marvel, and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, so
It's-
we were right as
it's
well. It was
Captain
Captain America.
in Avengers Infinity War, which Infinity Stone does Thanos locate on the Asgardian ship? Soul, time, space, or mind? Well, I know what it is.
It is the
Mind
Tesseract,
Stone.
isn't it?
It's the Mind Stone.
Oh, so mine's the
No,
Lucky
it's not Mind
Scepter.
Stone. No, yeah. Wait, what? Fuck, no. It's the Space Stone. Got them mixed up there.
So it's the
Space Stone-
Tesseract.
The Space Stone's the cube. He actually gets it and he crushes it and then he kills
Yeah.
Loki.
Oh, okay. Space. Is that space?
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm good at this. I can't believe I nearly got that question wrong.
Yeah, we almost missed that.
In Avengers Age of Ultron, who is the first Avenger to encounter Wanda Maximoff? Captain America.
Let's read the answers.
Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hawkeye. It's either Captain America or Iron Man. Because there's the scene with the Leviathan. Is that what it's called? Big snake.
Yeah, the
wasn't
big
it?
snake thing.
Well,
Because
then
she.
there's the scene where Captain America beats up the glass-eyed general guy, Stryker. Not Stryker. That's X-Men. You know what I mean?
I know who you mean, but
Which
surely
one's
because she mind controls Iron Man,
Yeah.
so surely she does that before she sees Captain America. I mean, it's definitely not Thor or Hawkeye.
I want to say Captain America. It's not Thor or Hawkeye.
Okay, we'll
Hawkeye's
look to
last, and he
Um,
in the whole mind controls scene where she fucks everyone's head up. Thor is the first one,
that's later on.
not in the film. It's Captain America or Iron Man. I'm trying to think it in my head. Captain America, Iron Man lands in the building says, "Look, guys, I just want to talk about this." They all shoot at him. He says he shoots it back. They all get knocked over. I don't think he kills them, but there's like good talk, and no one's like, "No, it doesn't." And then he puts the Iron Man suit into sentry mode, and then he asks Jarvis to find any sort of doors, if there's a secret passage. And there's the scene, and then he walks down.
I'm happy to go with Captain America. I'm not 100% certain on this. I feel like I would go Iron Man if it was me, but you do have a better recap of this film than I do.
Yeah,
we'll go Captain America.
I feel like we're probably wrong. But it's 6 and 2, not 6 and 2, you know.
Yeah.
Which year does Peggy Carter die? 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016?
Ooh, no, that's
a hard one.
This is a hard one. This is where it gets impossible. Which year does Peggy Carter die?
It's Captain America Civil War.
Okay, Captain America Civil War. So do we know when that's set?
I could Google it, but I'm not going to.
Let's not. Now, I feel like...
It's not 16, that's too late. No, is it though?
See, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking of those, I'm leaning towards 2016 just because it doesn't seem that long ago. 2013's ages ago.
Yeah, it wasn't 13. Should we go 16?
Personally, I think I would, but it could be any. Yeah. We might lose that one. Thanos hails from which planet? Vormir, Xandar, Titan, or Berhurt?
Berhurt? Where's Berhurt?
Where's Berhurt? We don't even know where that one is.
But he destroys Xandar.
He destroys Xandar, rest in peace.
In the words of Thor, he decimates Xandar.
Decimates them after they were saved.
It's Titan.
Vormir, do you remember that one?
Eh? Vormir kills
It's the
thingy.
what's
she called?
the Red Skull planet,
Yeah.
isn't it? So it's Titan, yeah.
Titan. Korg. What species is Korg? He's a Cronin. But the answers are Outrider, Cronin, Kree. Oh, he's not Kree. Or Flurkin. He's a Cronin.
Yeah, but do you know what the other species are? I know two of them, definitely.
Kree is...
Kree
blue
is...
guy. Ronan.
Ronan the Accuser, yeah, and also a lot of the other Captain Marvel ones. Flurkin
Sure.
is the cat.
Oh yeah, Flurkin's the cat. Outrider.
Not sure what an Outrider is. That's the one that I don't know.
Yeah, not sure. But he's a Kree, isn't he? No, he's not. He's a Cronin.
No, he's Cronin, yeah.
At the beginning of Avengers Infinity War, where is Peter Parker heading to a school trip?
Museum of Modern Art, the Brooklyn Bridge, the Empire State Building, or Ground Zero. And I believe...
He bumps into Iron Man, doesn't he? Like, hey, is this guy bothering you? And he's like, where did you come from? School trip! He gets thrown away, doesn't he? I love that scene.
I don't remember. See,
He's on a bridge.
he's crossing the bridge, though, isn't he?
I want to say Brooklyn Bridge, but like, who goes to a bridge?
On a school trip, I feel like Museum of Modern Art, to be honest. I feel like, because they're in New York, and the Empire State Building, such a big monument in New York, wouldn't be there, would it?
So do you want to say Museum of Modern Art?
I wouldn't say that. I feel like it would be an art gallery. Wait, hang on, do they go to the art gallery
the
in
London
there?
Bridge in Far From Home, if that's what you're thinking of.
No, let's go museum. I feel like...
Well, I've clicked it now. Can you name this obscure character? It's that gold woman.
From Guardians of the Galaxy.
Karina? Is it Karina?
Let's read the answers.
It's Berit, Nova, which it isn't,
It's not that.
Karina, and Aisha.
I think it's Aisha.
I think it's Aisha.
I think so.
Looks like an Aisha. Stuck up little bitch, look at her.
I feel like they must mention that name a lot. The thing is, I feel like all these names must be characters from the films, but...
Nova's Nova.
Yeah. It's not Nova.
He's not actually in the films, is he? Maybe Outrider's not in the films. Maybe one of these is always a dodgy answer.
Could be.
Aisha.
Let's go Aisha.
Let's go Aisha. Which Avenger does Captain America refer to as Earth's best defender?
Is it for...
Iron Man. I keep saying the answer rather than the answers.
Iron Man's one of the
Thor,
questions.
Hulk, Black Widow or Iron Man. It's Iron Man. Because he says to...
Let's just go for our options, though. Imagine if it's Black Widow is Earth's best defender. In a world where you've got Hulk, Thor, and Iron Man about, and you're called Black Widow, Earth's best defender.
Technically speaking, it's probably Thor. If Thor lived at home,
If Thor's about, yeah.
If lived on Earth. But yeah, he says
he's not reliable enough for, is he?
Obviously, it comes up in the news that Tony Stark's gone missing.
Yeah, of course.
Speaks to,
yeah, it's obviously Iron Man.
Yeah,
Hulk, I mean, he's one of Earth's biggest threats, never mind best defenders. So.
Wait, what is the name of the location
From which?
Pardon me, of which... Wait, what is the name of the location from which... Caecilius steals from the Ancient One in the Doctor Strange? Bethesda?
I hope it is.
Azano, Karmatage,
Canelo.
Bethesda's a game studio.
Yeah, it's not that.
Azano, never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Karmatage is the place where Doctor Strange goes to. And Canelo is probably a city somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
I reckon it's Karmatage.
Well, he goes, he steals the book from under their noses.
Yeah, we'll go Karmatage.
Yeah.
He cuts that guy's head off in the library.
Cuts the guy's, yeah, indeed.
Who
has America's ass?
Bruce Banner, Tony Stark, Peter Parker, Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers, isn't it?
Steve Rogers. Definitely.
And Captain Marvel. How many cat actors
Wow.
have portrayed Goose? How the fuck do I know?
Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? So how many cats played Goose? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Now, that is a question I have not a clue about. I would always.
There's only one cat character.
They would have to look very similar.
It might not relate to this, but they're only allowed to use a baby for 15 minutes of shooting at a time.
Useful information to this question.
I'm thinking, does it relate to animals?
There'll be rules with animals.
I'm going to say 3.
Since this question's being asked, I feel it can't be 1.
Nah.
There wouldn't even.
It can't be 1. It's an hour and a half long film, and it cuts in it quite a bit, so it might not be 2. I want to say 3.
Yeah, let's go 3. Let's go 3.
Let's go 3. In Captain America: The First Avenger, which regiment is Bucky conscripted to?
Conscripted into.
16th, 67th, 85th, 107th, 123rd.
Wow. See, I feel like it's going to be one of the smaller numbers because it's easier to say in the films, isn't it? That's all I'm going for. 85th Regiment, 67th Regiment.
107th.
I feel like I'd say 107th, wouldn't I?
You think?
I don't know. I'm leaning with
I don't know, 'cause
85th, but that's just because I feel like it's the easiest to say.
Do you think?
And I feel like they would.
Star Wars says the 501st rather than the 501st. Or the 501st. I'm going to. Should we say 85th? Going off the logic of it.
It's a hard question.
I've not seen the first Avenger in ages.
This a long time ago.
It's right, 58. 85.
Wakanda borders 4 countries, including Kenya, Uganda, and South Sudan. What is the 4th country? Is it Ethiopia, Ghana, Tanzania, or Mali?
I want to say Ethiopia.
I feel it could be, like, my knowledge of geography is quite good.
Is it?
Relatively, but...
Which one of them countries has a Wakanda-sized statue next to it then?
Well... I'm not sure. I feel like they're all... I feel like it's not Ghana.
He's looking at you. So
the Emperor's.
The Emperor.
Giving us a little watch.
I think the answer is the dark side's a pathway to many abilities. Some people believe to be on that.
Now, my guess, I feel like you're right. I feel like it's going to be Ethiopia. I feel like South Sudan is the most northern of those countries listed, I believe. And Ghana's too far west. Tanzania is too far south. And I feel like Mali's too far west as well. So I feel like Ethiopia would be the east side that it would cover. But I might be wrong.
Well, Professor, anyway. Can you name this obscure character?
And it's the teacher from Star Wars. Star Wars.
Star
Teacher
Wars,
from,
yeah.
from Spider-Man.
Teacher from that scene in Star Wars.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not yours, by the way. Mr. Briggs, Mr. Harrington, Mr. Wilkes, Mr. Smithson. I know the answer to this.
I do not.
It's Mr. Harrington.
Oh, okay. I feel like if I was guessing, if it was just me doing this quiz myself, I would have gone for Mr. Briggs. But it's just been a pure guess.
I think it was Darrington anyway.
What does the E stand for in SHIELD? Is it enemy?
Environment Enforcement Embassy. It is the security.
No, it's not. It's strategic hazard.
Strategic hazard investigation of.
I feel like it might not be hazard actually.
Legendary dildos.
Yeah, it's not embassy.
I think it's enforcement because it's a shield.
Yeah, my guess would be enforcement.
These are boring questions that we can't even rip into.
Yeah.
How long is this quiz?
Question 17.
What is the year?
You can't read these questions, can you?
Huh?
You're not reading these questions right. Go on,
No.
try again.
In what year? I'm getting tired. In what year is Scott Lang's daughter Cassie born? 1997, 2004, 2007, and not 2014.
It's not 2014. She's
What is
young,
it?
but she's not that young. So it's not 97. Or she'd be about as old as me.
Is Endgame, the beginning of Endgame, is it set in 2015? I feel like it is
2015.
2015, 2016. Yeah. So she's not 2. It's not set the year it came out. I think
No,
the
it's not.
5-year gap is.
Yeah, there is a 5-year gap.
I think it's 2004. That would make I think it's 2007.
Yeah, I think
That would
2007.
make about 7, won't it? Ish.
Yes.
Let's say 2007. I wouldn't surprise me if it was 2014.
Oh, could you imagine?
Stanley cameos and Iron Man, first film in the MCU. What is he doing? He's interviewed in a news clip. He's mistaken for Hugh Hefner. He plays a general at a press conference. He's mistaken for Larry King. He is mistaken for someone.
Yep.
I think it's Hefner.
It's Hugh Hefner, the Playboy bunny, and he's got the Playboy Mansion man.
Yeah. Who else speaks Groot besides the Guardians? Thor.
Let's read the
Korg.
answers. Korg for Bruce Banner or Wanda Maximoff.
Thor.
And it's got before in it, yeah.
What is the Red Skull's real name? Alexander Muller, Eric Schneider, Jonathan Schmidt, Otto Hanger. I think it's Eric Schneider. Schneider!
It's not. Oh, I'm surprised you don't know this. It's Johann Schmidt. I swear it is.
Yeah. That sounds more like it.
Yeah.
Schmidt. Schneider! We got 90%.
The quiz is over and we got 90%. Oh, let's
We
run
got
up
the
the
first
questions.
one right, the second one right.
These
the
people are
third
going to know
one
what those questions are.
I'm going to tell them what the
wrong ones are.
Fifth one right, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
4 cats.
4 cats portrayed
Goose.
Goose. That is surprising.
80. I said didn't I?
Oh, you did.
107.
That cost us there. 107th Regiment for Bucky in Captain America.
Yeah. What else did we get wrong?
That's 2. We got
Actually, that'll be it 'cause I think it's 20.
probably, yeah.
Oh wow, we got our age right. Bang in.
2000. To be fair, not bad going.
Not bad. Some of those questions were really hard.
Some were really
A
easy.
lot more were guesses.
Some were
You
really
are
hard.
worthy of becoming an Avenger. Average score average 70% to prove yourself. Oh, that's not what it says. Great score, but not perfect. You're almost there. Try again. No.
Imagine if we tried again and didn't get 100%.
I probably wouldn't because I'd forget the answers by the time.
Yeah, true. Some of them we did guess.
Oh, he's one for another time. Oh, I thought it was Flash. It's not. It's Kane. Almost when survived.
Fish is currently getting distracted by the other stuff. For
Well, I was watching clips of this, by the way. Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.
Joe Rogan interviewed Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hell of a lot shorter than the previous episode. This is about an average episode length for a podcast, an hour and a half.
Oh, cool.
We hit 2 hours and 45 minutes last time.
Yeah, sorry for that last time,
Yeah.
guys. I don't want to listen to that.
So yeah, what do you guys think of the trailers that we mentioned? Do you think Ezra Miller's Flash is set in stone? Do you think Jar Jar is going to be in Obi-Wan Kenobi? Do you think the Joker is worthy of his 11 nominations? And my condolences to the family of The Rock.
Do you want us to do more quizzes in future?
Yeah, should we do more quizzes? I think we should. Well, we're going to do Star Wars DVD trivia.
So, doesn't matter what you say, we're going to do it anyway.
We're going to do that as a separate episode. Not today, because it's too late. I'm at work in 7.5 hours.
Fun.
So yeah, what do you think about the things that we're talking about today? Do you think that these do you think some of our points are valid? Do you care? Probably not. If you've made it this far through, again, thank you and well done.
I am impressed.
And hi, Steve. How are you doing, mate? Are you alright? I think he'd appreciate that.
I think he'd appreciate it. A little call out. Big up Steve. Big up my man Steve.
And I hope you've appreciated the hopefully better sound quality. I hope I haven't drowned him out too much this time.
See, look at this progression
and if you've
already.
enjoyed, remember to like and subscribe. My name is Adam Fish. You can follow me on Instagram at IfToysTalk.
Yeah, I'm Liam Mook. Liam_Mook for me.
Yeah, very original name there.
Very original. But yeah, thanks again, guys.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
We'll see you next week.
Till next time.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
And don't forget, hold my cape.
Hold my cape.